I have our science book opened up again, and I am going to continue the lesson today that I started yesterday. I am on page C8, How Are Rocks Formed? And I'm going to get through the next 4 pages or so of this material because it's good reading. Good reading. It introduces some of the big terms that are important as we understand the kinds or the types of rocks and how they can be classified. So I'm going to get right into this. How are rocks formed? Earth's rocks form in one of 3 ways. Each way gives a rock its properties. An igneous rock is a fire-made rock. Igneous rocks form when melted rock cools and hardens. Inside Earth, melted rock cools slowly and forms rocks such as granite. Melted rock that flows to the surface cools quickly and forms rocks such as basalt. A sedimentary rock forms when sand, mud, and pebbles at the bottom of rivers, lakes, and oceans pile up. Over time, these bits press together. They cement into solid rocks. Sandstone, shale, and siltstone are all examples of this kind of rock. And then, of course, we have this picture of a volcano erupting. And the caption that goes with it says, when a volcano erupts, a melted rock material rushes out after it bursts onto Earth's surface. The melted rock cools and hardens. This forms igneous rocks. And we've talked about lava, right? Lava rock that has cooled, the molten lava hardens. The third kind of rock is called a metamorphic rock. Metamorphic means a change in form. A metamorphic rock is a rock that has changed form through squeezing and heating. Marble and gneiss are examples of this kind of rock. All over Earth, you find examples of newly formed rocks. You can find rocks breaking apart too. Wind and water can break large rocks into tiny pieces. Plants and animals can too. Rocks break apart and reform again and again. So, just as some examples, now these are just a couple of examples. Igneous rock could be basalt, granite. How can it change? If it somehow gets squeezed and heated, it could turn into a rock called gneiss. These are things that I have a hard time wrapping my brain around because I'm not a rock expert. It's very interesting though. Limestone and siltstone, which are your sedimentary types of rocks, if squeezed and heated, become marble, which is a very valuable stone that's often used in making very beautiful buildings, marble columns and things, very fancy, beautiful buildings. How we use rocks, or how do we use rocks and minerals? Look around you. Everywhere you will see the many uses of rocks. Rocks are used to make roads, walls, and buildings. Crushed limestone is used to make cement. Clay and sand are used to make bricks. Would you guess that glass comes from rock? Glass is made from sand, which is tiny rock pieces. Sand and other ingredients are mixed together at high temperatures. When the material cools, it becomes glass. Soil is also made of small pieces of rock. Without soil, we would have no food. You use mineral too. People cannot live without salt, a mineral in food. Pencils contained a mineral called graphite. Metals like iron, gold, and silver are very useful minerals. And that man there is a glass blower. And I have seen this done. We were down in Tennessee or Missouri or something once, and we were at a large amusement park. And I remember they had a traditional glass blower, and you watch them heat it up in fire. I don't know if they show in this picture. I don't think they show fire, but they heat it up and they make glass from sand. It's amazing. But that is, they are shaping this hot glass. When it's apparently hot, you can shape it. It's not hard, and they can shape it into beautiful things, vases and things. It's amazing. Marble is used to make statues, indeed. Why it matters. When you walk up a mountain, you are walking over rocks. When you walk in a valley, you are walking over rocks. Very hot rocks lie deep inside Earth. Closer to the surface, tiny pieces of rock make up the soil. Rocks and minerals are not alive. However, all living things, including you, use them every day. I'm going to find some video links for you to kind of bring some of this to life. And as I said, I have a big tub of rocks here at my house, and we'll be digging into some of those and investigating and looking, and how I'm wishing that you could be holding on to them. Getting just a feel for some of them in your hands too. But you can explore on your own. You can go outside and explore some cool rocks and do some streak tests and scratch tests and compare colors and sparkle, and maybe do some feel heavier than others for their size, and see what you discover. Rocks are interesting, and I know a lot of people like to collect them just because they like them, and that's okay too.